Ontario Construction News Daily Podcast, Friday, March 7th, 2025. A massive new lithium refinery is coming to Ontario, creating hundreds of jobs and boosting our role in the clean energy revolution. And Premier Ford is firing back at those U.S. tariffs with some pretty drastic measures, including canceling a major deal with SpaceX and banning American companies from bidding on huge provincial contracts. Stay tuned. Slate Asset Management has resubmitted its plan for Steelport, a massive 800-acre industrial hub in Hamilton. This revised plan addresses earlier feedback, improving site layout and traffic flow. It includes public spaces, a revitalized pipe gallery Main Street, and a creative industries hub called The Battery. The first phase, starting in late 2025, will focus on about 100 acres and create much-needed employment space. Interestingly, Slate's also launched A Healthier Hamilton, a charitable initiative supporting local organizations. So, a big project with a community focus. Check out steelport.com for more details. Big news from Canada. Frontier Lithium is teaming up with Mitsubishi to build the country's first lithium refinery in Thunder Bay, Ontario. This massive project, with hundreds of millions of dollars in investment, will create tons of jobs and boost Canada's role in the global clean energy transition. Mitsubishi is initially taking a 7.5% stake, with the possibility of increasing that to 25%. The Ontario government is super excited, highlighting the project's contribution to their critical mineral supply chain and the growth of their EV battery sector. This refinery is a huge step towards making Canada a leader in lithium production, a key ingredient for those electric vehicle batteries. The United Steelworkers Union is urging a united Canadian front against new U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum. They say these tariffs, along with a potential 25% tariff on all Canadian exports, would hurt workers on both sides of the border. Union leaders are calling on both the Canadian and Quebec governments to negotiate a solution, emphasizing the need to protect jobs and support affected workers. They're also pushing for modernization of Canadian plants to create higher-value jobs and stronger social safety nets to help those impacted. The union highlights the strong economic ties between Canada and the U.S. and points to their past success in resolving similar tariff disputes. They're hoping for a collaborative approach to fight unfair trade practices and safeguard manufacturing jobs across North America. Ontario's Premier Doug Ford is hitting back at U.S. tariffs with some serious moves. He's canceling a $100 million deal with SpaceX for Starlink Internet in Northern Ontario and banning American companies from bidding on $30 billion in provincial contracts. That includes his massive infrastructure plan. Plus, they're yanking all American alcohol from LCBO shelves. That's nearly $1 billion worth of booze. On top of that, a 25% electricity surcharge is coming for Americans, and he's even threatened to cut off power entirely if the tariffs don't disappear by April. Ford says he's ready for a long fight and will use every tool available. Quebec is stepping up to help businesses weather the storm of U.S. tariffs. They're offering up to $50 million in loans to companies over the next year, with repayment options up to 7 years out. Premier Legault's also announced a 25% penalty on bids from American companies for government contracts, aiming to boost local businesses. While he's not ruling out things like increased electricity exports down the line, the focus right now is on helping businesses adapt and become less reliant on the U.S. market. The goal? A stronger, more resilient Quebec economy in the long run. That's all the time we have for today's Ontario Construction News Daily Podcast, Friday, March 7th, 2025. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening to the Daily Podcast. Would you and your company be interested in becoming the featured sponsor for only $495 a month? Reach out to Chase via email chase@ontarioconstructionnews.com to get more details. We created this podcast with a little help from AI, so be sure to subscribe for more news next time. Catch you then.